guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Jasmine, the Buffet Witch, but you already know that. And let's get into it. Today I wanted to play with just some random things. So I picked random things. Let's get started. But I want to also recreate the makeup I did for my birthday. I did do a bunch of videos with that makeup on, but I don't think I posted any of them. I don't think I'm going to. So I'm just going to recreate that look for you today. I'm going to do my base first and then we'll get into that, okay? So that's just the only thing I have planned, all right? So I'm gonna work with my Uma Beauty foundation and concealer. I picked these up. It was going on clearance at Ulta. I think the brand is being phased out of Ulta. I don't actually know if they're still a thing. I remember hearing or seeing something that there's some type of controversy. Something happened with Uma Beauty. I didn't look too much into it because I don't really care. So yeah, I know I've had this foundation. I don't know that this is the right color because I don't remember my cap being this color. But this is T3N. I thought it would be a safe color, brown and neutral. So let's go ahead, pump some out. Do a quick little swatch, see what we got going here. She's a little red. Or is she? Have to remember, Uma Beauty has natural, or has color correction already in it. Oh no, that doesn't look too bad, but the outer side of my face, or the outer portion of my face has a bit more gold in it, whereas the center is a bit more olive. So I'm gonna neutralize her just a touch, okay? I was doing makeup already, so I'm just gonna use the same brushes. Yeah, that looks better. Still a little on the warm side, but I remember when I used to have this foundation, it always looked a bit too orange when I put it on, and then it would dry and be like perfect. So let's hope that's what's gonna happen here. But these were on deep clearance. I think this was like 12 bucks. So I wanted to grab it. I actually wanted to get a lot more of the Uma Beauty. They had a few things that were on clearance, but of course, by the time I was ready to purchase them, they were all out of stock. Yeah, she's just a little orange. Feeling a little orange, but that's okay. We'll just correct it with concealer. It's just a really great formula. I remember really enjoying this formula. Very thin, but full coverage. Very easy to apply, just kind of sits down and does exactly what you need her to do. Appreciate that. Yeah, we're very orange right now. Very warm, very warm. So you can tell all the olive in my skin here, and then very red up here. And of course, my customary hair on the face. Can't have a look without a hair on your face. Okay, that's all right, that's all right. So now I'm gonna go in with the concealer. If I can get these hairs off my nose. There we go. This is the Woke Concealer in T2. Let's see here. She's a little yellow. We're gonna make her work. I prefer neutral toned concealers. And this is why I'm doing this, to see what do we have, what can it do. I've started doing this just because the Juvia's Place concealer, or foundation was looking a bit dark on me in areas. So, oh gosh, okay. So, I'm just doing this to add some light in areas, especially if this is too red. We do need to balance her out with something. There we go. It's good. Okay. Get your life, girl. Yeah, the concealer is very yellow, so we are not going to set this with the warm saffron because this is about the color of warm saffron, and I don't want to deepen it any further. So instead, I think I'm just going to set it with my HD powder from NYX. a really nice formula of concealer. It really went on quite easy. Blended out very fast. Good coverage. Edges. Beautiful. Okay. Not bad. Like I said, it is a little bit red, but not the end of the world. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and set this because I don't think I'm doing any cream contour or blush or anything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my HD powder. I think we're gonna use a brush for this. I'm gonna use a brush for the outer portion, and then in the corner, I'm gonna go ahead and use a puff. That looks really good, actually. Use my puff for the intercontour. I'm quite heavy-handed. Yes, you know that by now. I'm ham-fisted with my stuff. I want it on there. Get on there, girl. Get on there and do your job. All right. I like it. It looks nice. And because this is like white, it is kind of calming down all the yellow in that concealer. Okay. All right. So for the rest of the face, because again, very warm, I don't think, you know, I kind of feel like I should just set the entire face with this, because if I use my L'Oreal, it might be too deep. So I'm just gonna set my face with this. All right. Okay. The foundation really calmed down, don't you think? She doesn't look super orange. Moving right along. I'm gonna do my brows off camera. We don't really need to go through that. It's quite simple. But I am going to go ahead and do my blush, bronzer, contour. I'm gonna use my Buttermelt bronzer from NYX in Dew Butter. Okay. Really nice warm contour. I'm sorry, bronzer. Very pretty though. Okay. For blush, I'm just using my Depotted Saharan Blush Volume 1 from Juvia's Place, orange. Just so satisfying. Lovely. And for highlight, I pulled out the Infallible L'Oreal highlight in, what was it called? Icy Gold. I'm just cleaning off my, whatever was on there before. There we go, now that brush is nice and loaded up. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Lovely. That gold plays so beautifully with the orange blush. Gorgeous. This foundation looks beautiful. That's the one thing I remember about the Uma Beauty foundation. Once it dries, oh my God, it just looks, it's so skin-like. It's so beautiful. Let me get all up in it. The concealer, honestly, I feel like the concealer doesn't look that great, but that's because of this. This, while I do think it is a fantastic powder to set your face if you're super oily or something, it's not like a one and done. It's not like the only thing I can set my under eye with. It kind of is too thin for that. Does that make sense? I don't know. So the concealer is not 100 doing it for me, but that's okay. We don't need her to. Moving right along, I'm gonna go ahead, go off camera, and I don't want to, oh yeah, what am I doing for the eye? I'm recreating my birthday look. So I think I might just be boring and do my Juvia's Place dark lip. Actually, I'm gonna start with the lighter lip that I figured out, or I've come up with Juvia's Place, and then we will also do the dark lip because I can't help myself. It's a staple. It's like my calling card along with the two-tone brows. So I will be back with my brows done, my lip done. We will do the eye look and swap out our lip with that, okay? Back in a jiffy pop. All right, guys, so I'm back and I'm done. Everything looks great. I did a little video in between this. It's a good time. Let's go ahead and get this eye look done. So I'm going to be busting out my color case. This is the Essentials, and we are going to use this to prime the eye. So I'm basically doing a white eye with a really dark outer V. I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and just do, should I do it exactly? I guess I can do it exactly the way I did. Yeah, I'll do a brown and white one, okay? So I'm gonna get started with the color case as our primer. Of course, I wasn't ready. I didn't get no brushes out because why would I do that? All right. All right, and I'm going to prime my eye with the shade Sade. Right, no, with Caramel, which is this one here. And I'm really gonna keep this kind of towards the center and out. So I'm gonna pop it up here. And actually, I am going to cover this area here because I get some darkness there. So yeah, there we go. We want to cover that up. Okay, go ahead and do both eyes for you today. Look at me, a treat. All right, so in this video, or in this look, or for this look, I actually used, I want to say I used my Blend Bunny Blends palette, but today we are actually going to use my Morphe Matte Essentials palette. Looks like this. We're going to use her because she has all the browns I need. She's got a black and she's got a white. Good time. Okay, so that's how we're going to start our eye off. And I am going to take another concealer type brush and we're going to apply our white shade. This is such an easy eye. Once we get done, you're gonna be like, oh, super easy. You know what? I'll just use the Made by Mitchell brush. And I'm actually going to go into my primary from Made by Mitchell, because she has a stark white, okay? And we're gonna swirly swirl in her, load her up. Gonna basically cut our crease a bit, where we're gonna drip. And then I just like to use my finger just to smooth her out, because you don't want to have like too much product on, because then the eyeshadow can look a little textured. So beautiful. Rinse and repeat. Super simple, okay? Now we're gonna go into the eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna start with my outer V, getting her nice and dark and saturated, just the way I likes it. Okay, just gonna clean up my brush so we don't have to use so many. I've already used a ton of brushes today. And I'm going to start with this brown here. And I'm gonna start it right where the white meets my skin. And just a touch, bringing it up here. Not too much, just a little bit. Perfect. Okay, and now I'm going to just kind of drag the top of that brown like under the brow here. I don't want to put any black up here. So we're going to take it right up this way and take it down towards the tail of the brow. There we go. And now we're going to go right into that black, and that's going to be right down here and up towards the crease area. So I'm going to start it here. Ooh, that is a good black. So we're going to put it on with this brush, and I'm going to get a clean brush to do this blending, because we don't want too much where we don't want too much, okay? Yeah. So now I'm really just going to kind of blend the bottom part of that, and we're just going to drag that in best we can. This would look so good with lashes. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back in with my Made by Mitchell brush, and we're just gonna tap out those creases, which just happens. I have creasage on my eye. That's just the way my natural eye is. The beauty of this product is, while it does set, you have a little time to work with it, and it layers on top of itself really well. So it is not dragging or picking up or creating bald spots or anything like that. Okay, so now before I do any more brown, because I want to make sure the white is as stark white as it possibly can be, I'm going to go in where is that? I thought I pulled out that rougher brush. I really like that brush for packing stuff on. Oh, I did. Okay. So I'm going to go in with the white, and we're just going to pack white shadow onto this white base. All right. And now we can go back into that brown shade. I'm actually gonna go down to this brown here. I'm gonna use that to bridge where the white and the black and the brown meet. Just a little bit. Beautiful. Now I can't leave my lower lash line bare, so we're gonna go in with those same browns. I'm gonna start with that lightest brown that we just used. We're gonna sweep her on the about half, oh, maybe 3/4 of the eye. I like to start with the lighter shade down here, and then we'll move towards our darker shade, and then we'll put that white on the inner corner. Okay, now I'm gonna go into the dark brown. We're not gonna put black down here. Just gonna use that darkest brown. Sorry if you've noticed my lip gloss is getting kind of goopy. We're gonna fix that, okay? Okay, and then we don't need to really do all the work with the color case on the lower lash line, so I'm just gonna go straight into that white shade. My lower lash line seems to hold shadow a lot better, so I rarely prime the lower lash line. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I don't need to. And that is it. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and put on some mascara. I'm gonna change my lip because, ooh, we're getting the gooks, the gobbledygooks. Change my lip to black, brown, and a gloss, and we will finish out this video. Back in a jiffy. Okay, we are done. So I did actually put on my Juvia's Place Holy Trinity of lip products, but it just felt too deep for what I've got going today. So instead, I opted for Sheba and a little bit of Peach Please, and also Juvia's Place Nubian Sand, and then the Morphe Make It Big Big Bang Glow Gloss on top. And there you have it. There is the look. Absolutely beautiful. I also went in with a little bit more of that brown and brought that in a little bit just to kind of condense the white. It felt a little bit everywhere. So just to kind of streamline it a little bit, but I love the blend. I love the gradient. I love how the light brown is sitting right at the edges of the white. Such a beautiful, easy look. So this is a recreation of the look I did for my birthday in January, which is also a recreation of a look I did a few years back, okay? But yes, this is the finished look, guys. I love it. I'm gonna go ahead and take a few photos of this, and then we're going to remix it just a touch because I always end up doing this, okay? So just a moment. Okay, so you know me, I always like to add a shimmer, multi-chrome, something. I'm gonna take my DD Signature, and I think I'm gonna use this shade Snowy Hooves. And we are gonna just put a little bit of her snowy hooves right here on the very edge of where that brown is meeting the white. I'm gonna use the same brush that I used for my white shadow, just wipe that off on my leg apparently. And we're just gonna put a little bit of that right, yeah, right here. Just right up that line. One of my favorite things to do to just kind of revamp, remix a look, but also not completely change it. So it still kind of looks like the same thing, but then I get close to you, see if you can catch it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you guys for tuning into my channel. It's been me, Jasmine, the Buffet Witch. I hope you have been playing with your collection too and finding some gems, some things that you just have been enjoying. I will see you in the next video, which will be pretty soon. But until then, guys, go ahead, clean up your mess. Oh my God, this mess. Clean up your mess, drink some waters, exfoliate your lips, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.